Hey guys, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise, and today's video is one that, I'll be honest, I have been putting off for the longest time making this video because it is obviously an informational video, which tends to be on the more boring side, I guess you could say, for a lot of people, because it's not like I'm doing something fun, such as, you know, showing you guys stuff having to do with breeding, or like my most recent video teaching my betta fish tricks, which if you haven't seen, by the way, I'm linking it above, so you gotta go check it out. But it's not like a fun one like that. But honestly, you guys have no idea how many times a day I get asked how to treat your betta for swim bladder. I get asked this so many times. Even if it's not saying swim bladder directly, a lot of people are like, well, my betta is doing this, which is, you know, all the signs of swim bladder. I'm like, okay, well, that's swim bladder, and then I proceed to help from there. But basically the point is, I get asked this so many times, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bite the bullet and go ahead and make this into a video. So if you're interested in knowing how to cure a betta of swim bladder, maybe even your betta doesn't have it right now, but it's always good information to know for the future. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching today's video. Alright, you guys, so to be honest, the answer that I literally tell everybody is really simple. Like, the way I feel is the best to cure swim bladder, it's what I tell everybody. It's extremely simple, and I say it so much I turn blue in the face because it is like the simplest way and the most effective way ever, in my opinion. And by doing what I'm about to tell you, not only does this help bettas with swim bladder, it can also help in many other kind of illnesses that bettas get, because it is just the best natural way to do things. So if you're out there watching this and you've ever like asked me before personally, whenever I tell you guys on here what I'm about to say, you're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what she told me, because this is the best way. So the very first thing that you're going to want to have is this little magical thing right here. This is aquarium salt. This one's from Walmart. You can get aquarium salt literally anywhere. Petco, PetSmart, Walmart, Amazon, anywhere basically. And this is one of the best things you can put in a betta tank for warding off different diseases and helping with different things. I do want to say, aquarium salt is different than Epsom salt. Epsom salt can also be used with curing betta fish for different things, such as, you know, the whole swim bladder thing as well. So I just don't have any on hand right now, so that's why I don't have it in here. But first of all, I want to talk about aquarium salt, because aquarium salt, like I said, can help so many things. And even on here, it says for tropical fish and goldfish, reduces stress, adds beneficial electrolytes, cleans aquariums, and accessories. So the reduces stress and adds beneficial electrolytes. It just helps everything with the water, the quality of the water, and which obviously helps the health of the betta fish. So you definitely want to add this in here. It is very important. A lot of times what I do, to be honest, I'll just add some after every water change that I do. And of course it dissolves and goes into the water and disperses. So another thing that you want to do is like the whole Epsom salt thing. Epsom salt is kind of like a diuretic pretty much. It helps to cleanse out the stomach of the betta fish. It is really good for helping them like use the bathroom and everything, which will clear their stomach, which that's what swim bladder obviously has to do with. It's like if they overeat or something like that, and it causes their swim bladder to get messed up, where they pretty much float at the top of the water, or they always sink, or they're like vertical, or they lay on their side at the bottom of the tank. Those are all like key factors that come with swim bladder disorder. So adding that Epsom salt in there, you can just basically mix it with this. It will definitely help. Now another thing which I pretty much tell everybody is to add an Indian almond leaf. I don't have any to actually pull out and show you, but this is the package of my absolute favorite brand of Indian almond leaves. It says Katapa leaves, same thing. And it is by Tantora Nature for Aquarium. You can get this on Amazon. That's where I get them. Basically right here, Indian almond leaves, Katapang leaves, Badamere, okay, that's in a different language, whatever. Size medium, antibacteria, prevents parasite, relieves stress, stimulate fish and shrimp color. This is true. One fun fact about Indian almond leaves, let me just tell you, it can actually promote your betta fish to marble. If you're very familiar with my channel and the betta fish that I breed, they're basically all have been marbled, which means they'll change color throughout time of them being alive. And if you own one of my betta fish, you guys probably know because it's probably changed on you a couple of times. And adding an Indian almond leaf actually promotes them to hurry up and change color. So these are a really good thing to have for that as well if you're interested, and a good majority, basically almost all bettas do that. And anyway, this also really helps the quality of the water in your betta fish tank. Indian almond leaves produce tannins, which means that it's gonna turn your water brown. Also, I do want to say, like, these are medium. Don't put the whole thing in there. Break off a chunk. Don't make it too small, but you don't have to make it too big. Just break off a chunk. It will turn your water a little bit of a color, but that's what means it's working, because it releases the tannins, and the tannins is what helps your fish. So you definitely want to add this in with your salt. So another really big, key, important fact with helping your betta and getting its swim bladder back to normal is you're going to want to fast your betta. And this is completely normal, and it's completely okay, because in general, it's good not to feed your betta for at least one day out of the week, to go ahead and let its stomach clear out of the food that it's been eating. It's a day of rest to let your betta cleanse itself, I guess you could say. It's good to do that anyway. So go ahead and fast your betta. The best way I do it, honestly, I don't feed my betta for almost a week, for like 5 days. You just don't feed it, and that lets it clear itself out and work on just absorbing like the salt you put in there, the tannins from the Indian almond leaf, and it really helps to clear everything out. Don't be alarmed. It's okay. Like, this is a very normal thing to do when your betta has swim bladder. Not feeding it helps it to not continue to get backed up. But when you do start feeding your betta again, feed it less and do healthy foods. That is so important. Do stuff like frozen bloodworms. That's really healthy for the betta. Don't just feed cheap flakes or cheap pellets from the store. That is not cool. When you feed stuff like that, that's what's going to get your betta swim bladder. When you feed it cheap pellets and flakes, have no nutrition, and it just builds up in their stomach, that's what's going to give your betta swim bladder. Feed it healthy foods like the frozen bloodworms, or even betta bites. They're little pellets, but they're really healthy, good nutritional value. That is good to feed them. And they're weird consistency. They're not like the really hard round ball things. It's hard to explain, but they're really good. Along with the frozen bloodworms, even frozen brine shrimp, beef heart. Oh my gosh, the baby bettas love beef heart. I have that in my freezer and I feed it to them. Stuff like that is the best foods for your betta and will prevent them from getting swim bladder. So with that being said, all of those things that I mentioned are the key components on, one, helping your betta get rid of its swim bladder disorder, and two, preventing your betta from getting swim bladder disorder. Feeding your betta healthy foods is a must for its overall health and to prevent it from things like that. And if it did get swim bladder, the best things to actually cure it, of course, are the salts that I mentioned, aquarium salt and Epsom salt, adding Indian almond leaf, and fasting your betta. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I don't know. But anyway, those are the best things that you can do to help your betta to get rid of swim bladder. In baby bettas, it's really easy for them to overeat when they're really small and everything isn't developed, so they do get swim bladder pretty easily. But it's also extremely easy to rid baby bettas of it, more than it is an adult betta who's already full grown and like developed. So I do that whenever, if my baby bettas do get that, and it rids it in like a week. So this is definitely a very effective and good way to do it. That's how I do it. Some other people may have another way of doing it, but that's what I personally find is the best way to do it. So with that being said, I hope you learned something from this video. even if your BETTA doesn't have swim bladder, this is very good to know for the future just in case it ever did, and also to prevent it from getting swim bladder. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you did and if it has helped your BETTA, if you've ever done my method here. And of course I want to thank my patrons as always: Dylan, Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Mercy, Janae, Casey, Natalie, Steven, Jill, and my brand new patron, I believe it's Cairo. I'm so sorry if that's wrong, but thank you so much, Cairo, for joining the patron family. If you want to be a patron, the link will be in the description box down below. It helps me out so much and you get a lot of awesome perks. And other than that, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right up there. And you can watch another of my videos by clicking right over there. And it would mean the world to me if you would do so and come join the family over here. I promise I do fun videos too, not just informational. But yeah, I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.